G'day guys, welcome to my Chinese Grand Prix review. This was an incredible race, it really was. But before I go on to the Grand Prix and the sprint race, let me show you what I've got down here in front of me. I have models to show. We'll start with the big one first. This is a 1/18 scale Ferrari from either 23 or 24 Miami Grand Prix. As you can tell by the blue wheels, the blue wing and the blue rear wing, and the blue halo. This was a very, I must admit, this was a very weird livery. It really was. I mean, I didn't appreciate it, but seeing it in person, it's okay. Now, for the other two, I have a George Russell Mercedes. This is 143. We'll get to George later on. And this one on next to George is a 22 Mercedes with Lewis Hamilton, as you can see, with the 44. Unfortunately, I don't have a Ferrari with Lewis yet, otherwise I'd have it. But anyway, they're the models. So we got a 118 and we got two 143s. Anyway, let's get on with the review. Okay, we're going to start with the Chinese sprint race. I'm going to go with the positions. Only from the top. I'm only going to do from the top 10 positions from the qualifying. And in 10th we have Isaac Hadjar. In 9th we had Ollie Behrman. In 8th we had Max Verstappen. We'll get to Max. I'm going to call him Max Verstappen. What is he, McDonald? 8th we had Max Verstappen. 7th we had Pierre Gasly. 6th we had Charles Leclerc. 5th we had Oscar Piastri. Oh, I've got a lot to say about Oscar and McLaren, but we'll wait till the Grand Prix for that one. 4th was LH, as in Mr. Lewis Hamilton. 3rd was Norris. 2nd was Antonelli. And 1st was Mr. Russell. Now, the first couple at the start of the race, it was a battle on for 1st and 2nd. Again, like Melbourne. Hamilton this time started better. He was starting in 4th, and as he came out of 4th, he just boom took off. And basically, for the first 2 laps of the 19 laps, it was Russell, Hamilton. And then Russell, for I think on about the 5th lap, just took over and just went away with it. There was a penalty for Antonelli. The stewards gave Antonelli a 10-second penalty for colliding with Hadjar. Ooh. So Antonelli, then it was Hamilton and Leclerc. They were having a battle, and at the end of the race, first position was Russell, second position was Leclerc, and third position was Hamilton. So that was the sprint race. As I said, there was only McLaren. Oh, what can I say about McLaren? Oh, there was also, actually, before I go on, there was also a safety car lap on 14 because someone, I don't know who it was, who spun out, but there was a safety car on lap 14. So that was sprint race. Now we'll go to the Grand Prix. And again, I will do the grid positions. Okay, in first position for the sprint race was Russell. In second position was Charles Leclerc. And in third position was Lewis Hamilton. Okay, on to the race. Another blinder. Another absolutely brilliant race. Okay, the positions for the race were 10th, Ollie Behrman. 9th, Isaac Hadjar. 7th, 8th, Verstappen. 7th, Pierre Gasly. 6th, Lando Norris. 5th, Oscar Piastri. 4th, Charles Leclerc. 3rd was Lewis Hamilton. 2nd this time was George Russell. And for his maiden pole, it was Kimi Antonelli. Okay, this was a race of, what does McLaren have to do to get some points around here? But there was several cars were out even before they started. Lando was out, Alex Albon was out, they just couldn't get the car started. And then the race started. Hamilton had a blinder, absolute blinder. From 3rd on the grid, took over Russell, took over Antonelli, and for the first 2 laps it was again Antonelli, Hamilton. But in the end, Antonelli took over Hamilton and just ran away with it. At one stage, Antonelli had a 7-second lead next to Russell. 7 seconds. Now, the sprint race winner, George Russell, he was 7 seconds behind Antonelli. Then there was a bit of controversy with the new team. Perez spun out Valtteri Bottas. I'm sitting there going, that's not how you treat your teammate. That's not how you treat your teammate. Then Oscar got out. Again, engine issue. Couldn't flame them. They couldn't say anything. They couldn't find anything. The data was there, just the data wasn't there, and McLaren are having the first 2 rounds of this 26th season, absolutely horrendous for McLaren. Absolutely horrendous. As a McLaren fan, I'm concerned because if McLaren don't get on top of this engine problem, they're going to lose their constructors. They're going to lose their constructors. It was just, I don't know what's going on there. This is what's surprising me. Now, Red Bull, with the new Ford engine, in the sprint race in Australia, Hajar had the engine problem. 4 laps from home, Verstappen loses power in the number 3 Red Bull, and that was it. Now, these new cars are really starting to worry me because it seems like it's only a four car race. Mercedes and Ferrari are on top of it. For the first 2 races, it's been Mercedes and Ferrari. Anyway, the winners of the Grand Prix, the grid for the first 3 positions, Kimi Antonelli wins the Chinese Grand Prix. His first win, first of many. Then there was George Russell in 2nd, and Hamilton on the podium for 3rd with Ferrari. So that was the Grand Prix. I absolutely enjoyed the first part I enjoyed both races, but I'm a bit worried. It seems to be a four-horse race this year, and it comes in the shape of Mercedes and Ferrari. The Ferrari fans are loving it because Ferraris are back on the podium. They're challenging again. Mercedes, they're on top. They are way on top. They've seemed to get this 2026 car down pat. Russell is in top position of the Drivers' Championship, and they're also in front of the Constructors' Championship. A lot of people who I've talked to are not liking this. They're not liking the new cars. They are saying that they're not, yes, there's passing, but it only seems, as I said before, it only seems to be a four-horse race. And people are not sharing data. Mercedes are not sharing the data with the teams that use the Mercedes engine. So, yeah, But for me, I absolutely enjoyed the races. They were great. Anyway, that's enough from me. Next video next week will be the MotoGP for the Brazilian Grand Prix, which is on at the Sparrows Park, 4:30 in the morning. I'll not be up for that one. I'll be watching the replay. But until next week, folks, take care of each other, enjoy your racing, and don't forget to give this video a like, and to subscribe. And I'll see you next week for the MotoGP report. Bye, guys.